Welcome to AU in View, a production of Aurora University Spartan Media. We are here to cover the people and events of the Aurora University community. I'm Sean.
And I'm Kayla, and we'll be your host for this episode. Let's go over the latest news. It is that time for AU in View Talk, where we speak with a member of the AU community who is making news. Today we have Amir St. Clair. AU in View team member Alex Oden spoke with Amir St. Clair of the Wackland Center for Faith in Action. Let's take a look at what Professor St. Clair had to say.
Hello, my name is Alex Oden. I'm with the News and Culture team here at AU in the View. Today I'm with Amir St. Clair. Thank you for joining us. We're just going to talk about the Wackland Center and the services it provides for AU. So, Amir, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do here at AU at the Wackland Center.
So I'm the executive director of our Wackland Center here on campus. And really what that means is I'm fortunate that I get to lead the people, the resources, the programs, the activities that run through the Wackland Center. And I get to support all the students that come and take part of all the resources that we do over the Wackland Center and kind of play a pivotal role in making sure that the center provides the resources for our students and helps kind of map out strategic plans and for what we're going to do over the next few years and how we're going to connect with other parts of the university.
Okay, sounds good. So what brought you here to specifically AU? How long have you been here with us?
That's a good question. It's a good question. So actually I've been here for about now, off and on. And I've had lots of different roles here on campus. And I actually came to AU in 2011 as the head men's soccer coach.
Oh, really?
So I actually got my start here in athletics and had lots of different roles in athletics and enjoyed my time here. I had a chance to go to another institution and did that, but was asked to come back a few years ago and really become part of a new initiative and new programming around leadership and servant leadership and connect back to the Wackland Center, which was always a passion of mine. And so I came back about 3 years ago in a new capacity to help teach classes in leadership, to help work with the Wackland Center, and eventually I took this role on about a year and a half ago to help lead the center.
Are you still involved in sports at all, or are you just specifically?
I'm a big fan.
Yeah?
I'm a big fan. So I watch from the sidelines and I shake, my rattlers really loudly.
Okay.
But no, I kind of keep my distance now and just support. But it's always a passion of mine. I came here because of the love for sports. I'll always have a deep heart for AU athletics, particularly the soccer team,
really?
Because that was a part of my life for so long. But now I'm just a really deep-rooted fan.
Nice. Okay. Well, we had a team member from our News and Culture team cover, I believe it was called the Morning of Service. What influences do you think that has on our community, and how do you think it's beneficial to the community?
Yeah, so the Morning of Service is our largest service-oriented program here on campus. And the idea was several years ago, we knew that students have this heart for service, but they didn't always have the vessel by which they could go out into the community and do this service. So we decided to have a semi-annual, so every semester, this really big day of service where we gather all the students and faculty and staff on campus who want to go out and make a difference and maybe volunteer at a nonprofit or an organization or in some type of program and spend a day doing that. And so one Saturday every semester, we basically send this invitation out and we send our students off to these different sites around the Aurora community. And the impact is amazing. So obviously we're contributing to some type of good. That could be maybe helping at a homeless shelter. That could be picking up trash on the side of a road. That could be working with children. There's lots of different ways that service manifests itself. So obviously our students are contributing to a good, and that's great for those organizations. But there's so many other benefits to our own students in terms of recognizing what are the needs in the community. How can I as a student actually make a difference? What does that difference look like? And then not only is it important for that day, but oftentimes we find that students want to go back and perform more service because they really enjoyed it. And so it's not just a one-time event, it's a recurring event. As I said, it's our largest day of service. It was actually 2 weeks ago, we had our morning of service for the semester. We had close to 300 students participate, which is about twice as many as we've ever had before. And why that's important is because we're able to send students to 13 different sites in the community, and we calculated that based on the number of students we had, the hours of service we performed, and the monetary dollars that usually gets associated with volunteer hours, because if you're a volunteer, you don't get paid, so you're saving the organization money. We actually contributed about $24,000 worth of service and work to the Aurora community just on that day.
Wow, that's
so there's
amazing.
tons of benefits for the community.
That's great. Now, is the Morning of Service, is that strictly an AU thing, or do you guys reach out to other college campuses and link up together and join forces, or is that just an AU?
That's a great question. So in the fall, typically the morning of service is just for AU, in that we organize it, we coordinate it ourselves. But what we've been doing in the past, and actually we're going to continue to make it a reoccurring event, is that our spring morning of service, we're actually partnering with the Aurora community. There's a big day of service for the community, and so we're actually going to link up with them.
Oh, okay.
And part of the organizations that are involved in that is obviously ourselves, the City of Aurora, and Wabansie Community College. So everyone will be sending students, employees, staff members to coordinate this huge, massive day of service for the City of Aurora, and that will be in the spring. So when we do it for AU in the spring, it'll actually be part of a larger initiative.
Okay, cool. Thanks. In what method should students contact the Wackland Center, or who should they contact, and how do you get them involved?
Yeah, it's a great question. So there are a number of team members at the Wackland Center, and everyone kind of has their own niche in terms of the area that they help oversee or lead. But really, any of us you can reach out to. I'd always suggest go ahead and reach out to me at any time if you'd like. If you're interested in a program and a service and an activity, you're more than welcome to always reach out to me. And if I don't know the answer, I'll always make sure one of our team members figures that out.
That's wonderful.
Who should contact us and why in terms of the programs? I always say the Wackland Center is the home for three main areas on campus. So we're the home for all of the service programming on campus, so volunteering, community service, kind of like what we've been talking about. Leadership programming, so if you as a student want to understand what good leadership means and how to become a better servant leader, come to the Wackland Center. The third pillar is campus ministry or faith-based programming. So we know that faith is important to a lot of our students and they want to explore that more. Well, you come to the Wackland Center, we'll help you do that. So we always say serve, lead, and believe. Those three areas, if any of those things matter to you, come to the Wackland Center and we will get you connected to the right program, the right service, the right event for you to become involved in.
It's wonderful to have such an amazing program to get students so involved in not only their faith but in the community as well. It seems like that's becoming more rare every day.
Sure.
It's good to see people, as you said, actually expanding in the program. As you said, you had the max record that you've ever had. It's wonderful to see that the public is being outreached to and that they can actually become part of this program. One last question for you. What do you personally think is the most beneficial or useful program or event that the Wackland Center can produce for
I can't say
students?
all of them, huh? So I think one of the benefits of the Wackland Center is that we connect to the Aurora University's greater mission. So our mission statement, or kind of the tagline of Aurora, is discover what matters and build your life around it, right? So the idea is behind that is we want our students to figure out their passion, what that passion is, and then connect that to maybe a career or a lifestyle or decisions about who they want to be, right? Well, we say if that's the role of Aurora University, the Wackland Center's role is to help you discover why it matters. So if you're trying to figure out what matters, we're going to help you figure out why that matters. And we think that's connected to going out into the community and learning about the needs of others, understanding your own leadership potential, and for some of our students, as I mentioned, their faith. So is there one particular program? I would say not a particular program, but more the theme is that we're there to help connect your what matters with why it matters. And we do that through something called servant leadership, right? So it's this concept of recognizing the needs of others and putting yourself in a position to serve those needs. The best example of that is Libby's Place, our on-campus food pantry, right? So we recognized a few years ago that students have a tendency, or some of them, for food insecurity. We wanted to do something about that. That's servant leadership, right? So we have an on-campus food pantry at the Wackland Center, where twice a week if students need food, they can come and get food. That's just a small example of what it means to be a servant leader and what it means to be involved in the Wackland Center.
Right. Well, thank you. I think that about wraps up our interview today. Thank you for
so
meeting
much.
up with us today.
Of course.
Again, I am with Amir St. Clair. Reach out to him if you'd like. My name is Alex Oden with AU in the View, News and Culture team. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day.
Holy cow, I had no idea that the Wackland Center has so much to offer AU students. What a great resource. Circle K had a busy weekend at the Chicago Marathon. Let's take a look at the events and influence this has on the Aurora community.
My name is Marissa Mickey. I am currently a junior here at AU. My major is marketing and I'm minoring in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. So Circle K is one of the leading volunteer and service organizations here at AU. This year, my junior year, is my first year as president. And then my freshman year, I was just a general member, and then my sophomore year, I was co-secretary. We really pride ourselves on just being present in the community and helping out in whatever ways that we can to impact others. Our core values are very basic. We try to really humble ourselves on just helping others. Circle K has impacted me in more ways than I can really put into words. I know that sounds cheesy, but I really started out as just thinking this would be great to put on my resume and a great way to meet people, but it really has taught me so many different leadership skills, how to work with different types of people from different backgrounds, and then as well as just coming together and asking people what kind of opportunities do you want to pursue, and just really listening to other people's opinions. So first I thought, okay, this is a great way to help out other people, but it's actually been a really great networking opportunity as well, not just for my career, but just to really meet people and build those relationships, because I've met so many people that have helped out in so many other areas of my life through Circle K and just networking and building relationships. The biggest thing that I've gotten out of Circle K has probably been my leadership skills, and then being able to really strengthen relationships with other people. It's not easy managing a really big organization, and I know I've been a part of a bunch of other clubs, but when you're a part of one that you have to organize service projects every week, every month with sometimes over 100 people, it's a lot. This weekend, this Sunday, we will be volunteering in the Chicago Marathon, which is sponsored by the Bank of America. It's a huge marathon which brings runners from all over the world, and we were fortunate enough to participate in it my freshman year, so 2 years ago, and then we're going to be doing it this Sunday as well. We're partnering with 3 different organizations on campus, Alliance to End Human Trafficking, the American Marketing Association, as well as Lambda Pi Eta, and we are so excited. With all of our organizations coming together as one, right now we have 60 people that will be at the Chicago Marathon this Sunday. Because we decided to make this a partnership event and have all these organizations come together as one team to represent Aurora University, it was a lot of planning. And as president, I always get OCD. I'm like, I have to do this and this and this and this, but my advisor, Barb Calvert, really helped me to push myself and delegate work. So I did that, or I tried to the best of my ability, and a lot of my e-board members were really great with helping me out and just delegating the work, so doing emails and contacting the marathon, going through our school, and doing the legality of all of that. So being a part of the Chicago Marathon is honestly one of the coolest volunteer experiences I've gotten to take part in so far, being here at AU and with Circle K, because there's just so many people that are there, and you get to work with so many different people that come from different titles and different backgrounds, like EMTs, paramedics, police officers, and things of that nature. So it's just a really cool opportunity to get to reach out and branch out. This Sunday at the race, I'm really looking forward to just seeing all of our members from the different organizations come together and be a part of this one huge opportunity, because I, as president of Circle K, don't really have the opportunity to go out and meet people from other organizations and learn about what they're doing and what their goals are. So this is a great way for all of us to just come together and really, get to know each other, but doing that while doing service in the community.
Circle K is working hard to make positive influences in the community. Keep up the great work.
Now it's time for our segment, Hidden Gems of Aurora. This week we have AU In View team member Alejandro, who wrote a story highlighting Chris Johnson. Alejandro?
Hello, I'm Alejandro. This week for Hidden Gems, I spoke with Chris Johnson. She worked at AU for 16 years, helped establish the LEAD program, the on-campus food pantry at Livy's Place, and she has spearheaded the therapeutic recreation program. On campus, Chris is a great model of Aurora University's values. Read more about her at auspartanmedia.com. Thanks.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of AU in View. Please visit auspartanmedia.com for more news of the AU community.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.